After this weekend, the Osuyu's Coyotes have emerged as the only unbeaten team in the Kootenay International Junior Hockey League. They take up their position as King of the Hill. They have a record 10 wins, no losses to start the season. Kimberly now has a number in the loss column. Columbia Valley Rockies got their first points with a visit to the Okanagan. Kamloops Storm pick up 6-point weekend, and there's only 4 points separating top from bottom in the very unpredictable Neil Murdoch division. Well, Osuyu's won 5-4 in Sicamous on Friday night, with Ryan Roseboom getting the winning goal. Following the game, the bus ride back to Osuyu's was delayed for almost 2 hours due to a motor vehicle accident that involved the officials of the hockey game. Referee Dave McMahon and linesmen Jeremy Silzer and Tom Donaldson were involved in the incident, but thankfully were not injured. The following night, the Coyotes at home beat the Revelstoke Grizzlies 6-3 in Osuyu's. Aaron Azevedo scoring 2 and assisting on 2 others. A 2-win weekend for the Coyotes. Kimberly Dynamiters, though, kept pace with the Coyotes at least on Friday night with the 3-0 win over Summerland, but the Stream outshot them 31-19. However, they did give up 2 power play goals and an empty netter. And it was Saturday night when the Dynamiters got blown up by Tanner Watt's 3-goal performance. They tasted defeat for the first time up in Golden, losing 6-2. Just the night before, Golden edged Fernie 7-6. They tied the game late in the third period, and Alex Astasiewicz nailed the overtime winner for the Rockets. 3-point weekend for Fernie puts them ahead of Kimberly on top of the Eddie Mountains division. Hey! Is there a dog's breakfast brewing in the Neil Murdoch division? Top to bottom, 4-point differential. Following Grand Forks' 6-5 overtime win at home, they edged the Beaver Valley Nighthawks. Andrew Miller tied the game with less than 3 minutes to go for the Nighthawks, but it was Max Newton's second goal of the night, 42 seconds into overtime, that won it for the Border Bruins. Then on Saturday night, the same Bruins won their second straight overtime game. The edged Spokane Braves 2-1. Kyle Doak tied the game for the Forts with less than 4 minutes remaining. Michael Ram popped the winner in the second overtime period. And with all due respect to Hayden Boring of the Braves and Kyle Doak of the Border Bruins, who were named the Gay Stars, but Patrick Casper in goal for Spokane, who stopped 45 of 47 shots, and Jacob Mullen of the Border Bruins, who stopped 66 of 67 shots, are the Stars. 112 shots on net in a game is a lot by any standards. Hey, Spokane ran out of gas though Sunday afternoon, losing 6-4 Beaver Valley. Mitch Foyle had a pair of goals for the Nighthawks. They outshot the Braves 6-3, and that sounds more like the Beaver Valley teams that the league is used to. Nelson and Castlegar agreed to a 1-1 tie. Patrick Zubik stopping 46 of 47 shots fired his way by the Leafs. The Chase Heat helped the teams in the Murdoch division by losing all 3 weekend games. They lost every one of them by just 1 goal. Nelson over the Heat 4-3 as Aidan Geiger netted the Leafs winner midway through the third period. Then it was Beaver Valley beating them 6-5. Tyler Hartman getting 2 goals and Ross Armour with the winning goal in Fruitvale in the first overtime period. The Heat got a point. Then Sunday afternoon, a 5-4 loss in Castlegar as Mike Patoa got the hat trick, including the winner with less than 5 minutes to go. A tough weekend for the Chase Heat. Meanwhile, the Kamloops Storm went about their business of having a 6-point weekend. They beat arch rival 100 Mile House 5-3 in the House's home, and then a solid road effort and a 5-2 win in Sicamous. The Storm wrapped it all up neatly on Sunday with a hometown 5-1 win over Revelstoke. Grizzlies' Carter Huber breaking Bailey DePalma's shutout bid with a power play goal midway through the third period. The Summerland Steam lost 2 of 3 on the road. We mentioned that 3-0 loss in Kimberly. They lost on Saturday 5-3 to Fernie with a pair of hat tricks in this game. Josh McCullough for the winners, Paulson Latarb for the losers. The Steam did pick up 2 points Sunday afternoon with a 5-2 win over the Creston Valley Thundercats. Paulson Latarb with a goal and 2 assists, and for Paulson, a 7-point weekend. Not bad, seeing as they were blanked in one of their 3 games. The Columbia Valley Rockies get into the win column. Ryan Lawson led the way with a 3-goal performance and a 5-2 win over the Knights at Armstrong. Ryan scored at even strength while they were up short-handed and on the power play. Then they picked up a point with a 6-5 overtime loss in Kelowna. Ethan Rusnak tied the game in the third period, and Braden Syra scored the winner in overtime. Sunday, the Rockies scored 30 seconds into the game, but that was it. Princeton rallied for a 4-1 win. Princeton lost to Kelowna 5-3. Jonathan Lee had 3 goals and an assist. Ethan Rusnak assisted on 4 of the Chiefs' 5 goals. So here's how we shake it all out after the weekend action. As we said, King of the Hill Coyotes lead the Okanagan division. Unbeaten in 10 games for 20 points, that's tops in the K. Summerland is 12 points, Kelowna and Princeton 9 each, and North Okanagan with 6. Kamloops spring out on top of the Doug Burke's division with that 6-point weekend, giving them 13 points in total, followed by Revelstoke with 9, 100 Mile House and Sycamoose 8 each, Chase with 7. In the East, it's Fernie leading Kimberly 13 points to 12, then Golden with 11, Creston with 5, Columbia Valley at 3. That's in the Eddie Mountain division. And in the Neil Murdoch group, Nelson is 13. Beaver Valley moves to second spot from the basement with 11 points. Spokane and Grand Forks 10 each. Castlegar has 9. 4 points separating top from the bottom. Ian Crystal of Kamloops, Jonathan Lee of Kelowna, and Reiner Glimpel of Vesuvius, all with 17 points. Then there's 12 others, all within 4 points of the scoring leaders in the KIJHL. The Summerland Steam duo own the top goaltending mark. Alex Kong, a goals against average of 1.71, and teammate Brett Huber next at 1.83. Well, the teams relax a bit, getting ready for the Canadian Thanksgiving weekend. And it'll be the Sycamoose Eagles who gets the next chance at handing Vesuvius the first loss when they play the Coyotes in Vesuvius Friday night. And the Vesuvius Chuckaduck jackpot now sitting at $1,050. Kamloops is in Chase Friday night. And after a string of 1-goal losses, the Heat have to figure out how not to come up a nickel short. Kimberly will be in Beaver Valley, with the Nighthawks rapidly improving their game. Possibly some fireworks in that one, or it could be the next night when Beaver Valley goes back to Kimberly. Vesuvius tries to go to Chase Saturday night. Spokane will rumble into Nelson to try to knock off the first-place Leafs. And Sunday's game between Summerland and Kamloops should be a good one. And then there's a rare Monday afternoon Thanksgiving Day tussle between the Steam and the Coyotes in Summerland. We'll see who had the most turkey the night before. And although there is a lot of hockey season to go, the Steam have to treat this game as a must-win if they hope to retain any possibility of finishing first in the Okanagan division. And to all KIJHL players and fans alike, you're passing through Vesuvius, stop in if you want to stay overnight or grab a meal. We have accommodation and great eating places at all prices to suit your wallet. Stop in and pay us a visit as you're passing through. Have a good Thanksgiving weekend coming up, folks, and make a KIJHL hockey game part of your weekend's plans. I'm Tom Shields for Kijhl Radio 106.5 and on the web at VesuviusCoyotes.com or at KIJHL.ca.